This started as an idea on a screen at our home in England, an AI image of what this garden could become. Today, it's real. And this is the story of how we turned a digital dream into a real Greek patio at Villa Sweet William. Last year, we used AI to imagine what this space could become. At the time, it was just a dusty, overgrown patch of garden. Now, we don't live in Greece, so every project has to be very carefully planned. We only get a few short windows each year to actually build things. But somehow, we managed to take an AI image, a digital plan, and turn it into this. This is where it all started. When we first stood here, it didn't feel like a terrace at all. It was just a rough patch of ground at the side of the house. But we could see what it might become, and so we began planning.
Welcome back to Design With Me. This time we're looking at the garden. It's an area we cannot wait to improve. It's quite neglected, as you've probably seen in all our videos, and we're really looking forward to making this space feel finished and ready for another summer here in Zakynthos. So at the moment we have some paving that was here when we bought the villa. Obviously where the olive tree has been, it's disrupted the roots, have disrupted the paving, and it's now really uneven. So at the moment it's not really that safe, and I wouldn't want to risk anybody having an injury. So what we're thinking is putting a really nice gravelled ring around the olive tree. Because we think even if we set crazy paving with a resin, it's still going to need movement for the roots. So we're thinking with the gravel, it will give that little bit of pliability. And then we've seen some really nice Greek crazy paving that just looks fantastic. It's done in like a light concrete with light rock, and I think it's going to make this area really sparkle. Let me know what you think.
Okay, we're going to have a quick measure up because this is a good space actually. It's quite a big space, and it would be good to know exactly how big it is. So yeah, compared to that back wall, this isn't going to go all the way because it's only 5 metres. Right, that's 3.6 metres, and then come to this edge and I'll go around there. Yeah, try and trip me up. So, what were we thinking? We're thinking of paving everywhere, even where you can see grass. We don't know.
One of the cool things about the internet these days is access to packages like this one. This is a CAD, which stands for Computer Aided Design package by a company called SmartDraw. I only just discovered it about half an hour ago, and already we've got this nice sketch, this mock-up of the back of our house that I just managed to create off of a hand sketch. So it's on the right track colour-wise,
yeah,
you think, with the
really like
sort of schemes that you were thinking about the other day?
Yes, I really like the white because it gives it.
When we first arrived, it was really sad to see the garden in such a state. The house has stood empty for many years, but we knew we had to bring it back to life really quickly, so we asked AI to imagine what this garden could become. A Mediterranean terrace, a place to sit, eat, and watch the sun go down. We input lots of photos and tried various prompts, specifying different styles and different colours. It didn't take long until all of the potential of that space began to become very, very clear. It was starting to look good, so we told the AI, now make it look even better. Remove the barbecue, add white sun loungers, repaint the house white, and make the woodwork blue. Make it look really Greek. Just keep the geometry and the dimensions the same, and keep everything in exactly the same place. For the first time, we could actually see it. And once we could see it, we knew we had to try to build it. Surprised this wheelbarrow hasn't caved in, to be honest.
Huh?
I'm surprised that it hasn't all just fallen through the bottom of this. Now for the hard work to begin. Coming from England, we're not exactly used to working in this kind of heat. Temperatures climbed well into the high 30s, so we tackled most of the heavy jobs either early in the morning or later in the evening when the sun had eased off a little. We believed the slabs had been down for a couple of decades, so apart from the area around the olive tree, the ground was already heavily compacted. That was a bonus, as it meant we only needed to make it level before starting again. We'd already been down to the building yard and arranged for a delivery of sand, cement and powdered marble, which should be rolling up the drive any minute now.
When we first set out to do this patio, we thought this look would be achieved by using white sand and cement for the joints. We've been particularly inspired by this image from the 1980s book, Greek Style. So we went down to the local building yard and asked for white sand, but a lovely guy named Demetrius advised us to consider using powdered marble. Honestly, we were surprised. When you hear marble, you think expensive countertops, not something you'd sweep between paving stones. But in Greece, especially on the islands, powdered marble is often used instead of sand for mortar, and now we understand why. It's not just a luxury material, it's functional. The marble dust gives a smoother and finer finish than traditional sand. It packs tighter, looks sharper, and it reflects the light beautifully. It also makes the mortar more durable and resistant to cracking, especially under the Greek sun, which can be brutal on cement. Visually, it's exactly that iconic look, the clean white joints against irregular stone that you see in courtyards around the island. So, powdered marble it is, and to our surprise, it was actually cheaper than we expected. Just another example of how local knowledge always wins.
Reusing these stones isn't just a cost-saving exercise. We recently discovered the full history of this house when the family who built it found our channel on YouTube and got in touch. Since then, it has become even more important to restore what we already have and truly embrace the Greek way of repurposing instead of rejecting. Alright, yeah, it does look nice and white. It's obviously square at the moment, so we're thinking crack a corner off of each corner, yeah?
Yeah.
And then hopefully it goes into some kind of unsquare shape.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Bang it around there maybe. And then that.
Oh, it's quite
Hang on, no, I was going to say.
I was meant to do that.
So why don't we take that over there, place it somewhere, and then see how the other ones go. But that's good, that's good. Right in the middle.
Right.
The next piece of the puzzle is framing the ancient olive tree.
Hey, you can see the bottom of the bag.
So exciting!
What is it?
Adding these stones was such a simple step, yet it gave the olive tree a whole new lease of life. No longer hemmed in by broken, tired paving, its gnarly, centuries-old trunk now stands proudly against the backdrop of crisp, white stones. This started as an AI image on a screen at our home in England. At the time, it felt like a dream. But little by little, one step at a time, we're turning that dream into something real. This patio isn't just stone and mortar. It's evenings with family, long dinners, and watching the sun go down over the olive groves. It's one more small step in saving this old Greek villa. If you'd like to follow the rescue of Villa Sweet William, please subscribe and join us. If you've been dreaming of a place like this, we'd love to have you along for the journey. There's still so much to do here, but we're getting closer, one season at a time.